Well, good morning. Thanks for joining Jonathan and Julie D in the morning. Good morning, Julie.
Grand Rising, Jonathan. I see you've got a guest with you.
We got Mr. Daniel Gutierrez. He's running for United States Congress.
Awesome.
He has been down on the borders with me many times. We just got done doing a lot of broadcasting down there yesterday. We got
Yes.
more coming up later today as well for our viewing audience. Um, we've got a lot of crisis going on our borders, folks.
Yes, we do.
And it's about to get real here in America as well. We've got a lot of sleeper cells around the country. The Homeland Security has America on high alert,
Okay.
especially on our border towns like Tucson, Yuma, and the surrounding areas.
Okay.
We got to take into consideration, Julie, under the Biden administration, we had over 30 million illegals pour through our borders that were unvetted, and we'll say it like it is. They were unvetted.
Completely.
And so right now, with all the stuff going on in Mexico, I want to just clarify something with the viewing audience. Anybody out there that thinks America was not involved with the taking out the cartel leader is very much in the wrong.
Okay.
Our military very much had 100% involvement in that. And we're just going to leave it at that. I'm not here to get in a pissing match with people about it or anything else.
Right.
We just know a little more than what most of the American people know.
Okay.
And again, we're boots on the ground. We're down on the borders with the military and the different people. So we happen to know what's going on. And so Dan, you rode with me and my team again yesterday. You tailed us, actually, in another truck with us. And your thoughts on what's going on our borders right now?
Well, we were told by the military, the United States Army that's down there, that we couldn't continue on because it was considered a dangerous area at the moment with cartel there. So we got stopped, and I was telling all my viewers that were following and watching it live that we were going to the end of the border. We didn't quite make it there. We did get to see the end. I focused in so that they could see the end, but we couldn't get there.
Yeah. That's all right. There's a lot of hot happening all over, it sounds like.
Yeah, that's what we definitely call a hot LZ, folks. We had armored division down there as well. They've got artillery divisions down on the borders.
We've got Black Hawk activity as well.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Black Hawk activity.
I didn't see any there.
Helicopters.
Black Hawk.
No, we got Black Hawk helicopters that flew over, right? That were flying out of Tucson here. Those were the gunships, Black Hawk gunships.
Okay.
So, but down there on the border itself last night, no, we did not see the Black Hawks down there.
Okay.
But I can guarantee you they're down there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So,
so what is the best way? What do you recommend that we share and to whom? Do we need to be contacting our friends and family that think they're going to be taking another vacation to Mexico anytime soon? Or
I can tell you right now, the United States government, Homeland Security, is 100% telling people do not travel to Mexico. Okay? Let's get that straight, folks. You guys want to go over into Mexico right now, you're on your own. Because it's a hot mess over there on all of our border towns right now. It's a hot mess. The cartel runs the show on those border towns. So if you're just going to go over there, You know what? Knock on wood for those of you guys that are able to get over there, get your prescriptions, whatever you guys are doing over there. But if you make it back, you know what? You're just one of the fortunate ones. A lot of Americans right now are actually in hiding right now over on the Mexico side.
That's what we're seeing via social media is reporting that. So yeah.
Should I go get one of those carpet shoes so we can show them what's coming over?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll be right back. I'm going to grab that.
So,
okay.
But anyways,
Oh, I took my car.
Yep.
Never mind. Never mind. Sorry about that.
Right. But anyways, but right now, folks, Mexico is not a safe place to be. And believe me, I love our border towns. But right now, our border towns are not a place to travel and do. I wouldn't even consider it. You're putting your life in harm's way by doing it. And it's bad enough in the border cities around like Tucson. We've got a lot of sleeper cells out there, folks. And I'm going to tell you right now, if when, not if, but when all hell breaks loose, that's a good way to say it. When all hell breaks loose, I guarantee you, your border towns is where they're going to be hitting first. And when I say your border towns, I'm talking like areas like Tucson, Yuma, areas where the cartel can easily hit. That's where we're going to see a lot of action at. And let me just get this out there. You don't have active military on the ground, folks, for just to secure the border. They have the National Guard. You're active. You don't have artillery divisions on the ground here. And we lost Julie. There she is.
There you are.
And we don't have artillery divisions, Black Hawk helicopters. I mean, you name it. You don't have all this stuff going on our borders just for a walk in the park.
Right. And don't we have State of the Union address tonight?
We have a State of the Union address. I believe quite a bit is going to be mentioned about what's happening on our borders. Or should we say, I hope that's what Trump is going to be talking about as well.
Yeah.
You guys see me drinking out of a different coffee mug this morning.
Here we go.
My wonderful coffee mug I have on our broadcast every day was left on the tailgate of the rig. And
oh, crap.
Mr. Gutierrez here had the kind heart to run it over.
Oh, no.
It was his fault. He left it on the tailgate as he drove off.
Yeah.
So anyways, I'm drinking out of a Soul Brew cup.
Soldel Casino.
Soldel Casino cup.
So there you go. Even better.
I'd rather have my mug because this gets cold too damn quick. But either way, For those of you guys out there, I'm going to just say it. You guys better be on high alert around America. Yeah. You got sleeper cells all over this country, folks. All over. And I can't express that enough to you guys. So, don't feel like just because you're sitting 1,000 miles away from the border or whatever, you're safe. Every town is considered a border town. And I'm gonna explain that real quick. So when you've had 30 million illegals pour through our borders over 4 years under the Biden administration, they were shipped out to every city around the United States to a city near you guys, all over this country. Mm-hmm. That's why you are considered a border town now, because that's where they came from. You guys got to keep in mind, it's not just the cartels we've got to worry about. It's the sleeper cells from China, Russia that came in, Afghanistan that came in our borders. We have weakened our country from within. And I can't express that enough. This is why it's so important to get people like Daniel Gutierrez into office. And this isn't all about the campaign today, but this is all about also getting the message out there. Dan has been boots on the ground with us and our team for a long time now, for several years now, actually, Dan. He doesn't just talk the talk. He's actually out there with me and my team, putting his life in harm's way. And I'll say it, that's what he's doing. He's
Oh,
down
yeah.
on the border, even though he's got level 4 gear, whatever, he's still putting his life in danger. Because I guarantee you, folks, that does not stop a bullet from a headshot.
True.
Anything can happen down on these borders. We've had a
Agreed.
border patrol agent shot. We've actually come under fire in the past.
I know.
Well,
Yes.
here in Pima County, we got the military up there now, and the cartel's upset here in Pima County. They've had free range in this district. Okay, our local government actually has been funding these people coming across our border. 500,000 came through Tucson.
Wow.
Everywhere they were brought to Tucson, they were put in the migrant camps here in Tucson. From there, they were shipped out all over the country. I don't know the numbers of what came in other areas. I just know here in Arizona, 500,000 came through the last 4 years, and they actually have those numbers. But I actually went down to the board of supervisors, and I confronted Adelita Grihal on it. I wanted to
Good.
know why she was only spending 400,000 on the homeless we have in the streets. These are American citizens that have been left out there. We're losing 5 a day, and why she only put 400,000 towards them and $19 million. You heard me, $19 million to put migrants coming across the border illegally into motels. Okay, and that's the numbers. You can look it up. So
And what was her answer? I bet she had nothing.
he said it wasn't our money because asked her why she was using our money to do that. She said it wasn't our money, and then she corrected herself. She goes, "Well, I guess it is our money, taxpayer money," because she tried to say it was the government's money, not our money. Like the federal
What?
government any money that's not our money.
What a piece.
She's
Wow.
representative of this CD7, so we're not in good shape.
No.
So
Can't continue there.
Yeah, this is exactly why we got to get Daniel Gutierrez in the office. We got to clean up.
Yeah.
Got to clean up Tucson, even Yuma areas, which is going to be part of your region. We've got to get these areas cleaned up. We've got great sheriffs down there in Yuma County, like Sheriff Wilmot. He's definitely boots on the ground as well. And he is more than happy to work with Mr. Gutierrez to help get the mess cleaned up down in the Yuma area as well.
Right.
We've just got so much happening, guys, around the country right now. You guys think this is all just that big show or whatever? You guys act like what's going on over in Mexico with the cartel leader being taken out is all Yahoo and okay, it's over. It's far from over, guys. Cartel
It's
is
just the kickoff.
they're hitting like Baja, California areas. They're hitting all over. Had a nice talk with Mike Grant last night. Just things going on left and right in California as well. Arizona right now is definitely a hot LZ for just a lot of major issues going on.
Yeah.
So, and again, this could very well affect the rest of the country because we've got sleeper cells all over America, folks. And I can't express that enough. They're all over America.
Yep.
And right now, what the Biden administration did over the 4 years was he weakened us from within. He put the enemy within our gates.
Yep.
They're all over this country. And you know what? When shit goes down, I'm going to tell you what, you guys are going to see sleeper cells all over this country come into play. I guarantee you. That's what we're going to witness.
Yep.
And you guys could say, well, we heard it from your news Arizona first, just like we told you guys not even, 10 days ago? what was getting ready to go down in Mexico, and it's going down, guys. I'm telling
It's
you.
happening. It's
You guys
happening.
can
Yeah.
you take what I tell you to the bank, or you can just sit there and say, "Oh, that's fake news bullshit." Quite frankly, you guys are not boots on the ground. We are, and we're live streaming this right from the borders. We're going to continue to stream it right from the borders, and we'll be covering Yuma next after this. I'm going to be here a couple more days, and we'll be live down in Yuma sector.
Yep.
But please, guys, like, follow, share this, get it out there everywhere. What's happening? Take our video footage from yesterday, also with the Chilton Ranch that we interviewed yesterday. Please get it shared out everywhere. It's you guys that keep this news going, because these fake news channels do not get the truth out to America, and I can't
Right.
express
Right.
it enough. So,
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what our president says this evening, and then what steps are taking place next. I mean, oh, this is scary. This is very scary. We need to let the folks know, our loved ones that are anywhere near those areas, head on a.
your microphone went out, Julie. We'll wait for Julie to come back in with her microphone. But either way, folks, we've got a lot of crisis again going on around the country. You guys need to stay alert. Okay? Just be on guard. You got family, you got loved ones out there.
Okay.
That's over in Mexico.
She's back.
Are you back with us, Julie?
Yeah, she broke.
She's going to have to come back in the studio. But you guys got family, you got loved ones out there that's over in Mexico. Tell them to try to find a way to get out of Mexico. I'm telling you right now, Mexico is not a safe place to be right now. And with the amount of cartel over there causing complete chaos, and the cartel right now, folks, is very pissed off over there in Mexico. And I'm telling you what, if you're an American, they're going to use you. They're going to do whatever to you over there. And I guarantee you at this moment, with you guys being warned in advance that Mexico is not a safe place to travel to, you're pretty much going to be on your own if you disregard the warnings.
Right.
So,
Right.
can you hear us? You okay? I can't hear you, Julie. Talk.
Am I all right now?
Yeah,
Can you hear
you
me?
are. Now we got you. We couldn't hear you before.
Okay.
Your mic went silent when you were
Oh
talking.
boy.
Yeah.
They're doing everything to keep the woman silent. I get it. It's okay.
Well, we're trying to do everything to keep this news silent. It's almost like they don't want
Yes.
it out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
Your
we're going to
news,
be sharing
Arizona.
this.
Yep. Your news, Arizona, folks. We're going to continue to always live feed it. We're going to live broadcast this. We don't cut. We don't edit our videos. So what
Yep.
we're getting out there is always live. So
Mhm.
if we come under fire when we're down on the borders, you folks are going to see us getting our butts shot at down on the border. We don't
Which
hide
we're
that
praying
behind
that is not going to happen, that you are fully protected in God's love and light. And we're keeping you guys always in our prayers while you're out there putting your life in danger. So thank you for what you're doing. I'm going to stay here and take the bird's eye view and get it shared as much as possible and get this out to all our fellow podcast friends,
So any of you guys out there wanting to make a contribution over to Your News Arizona, we are doing this on our dime, getting this news out to America. We've done this on our dime for years.
Yep.
I'm going to put up a support Your News up there in the left-hand corner. You can scan the QR code. If you guys want to make a contribution towards gas, whatever expenses that we keep occurring on our trips.
Food. You need food and water.
Yep. Just scan the QR code, make whatever contributions you want towards Your News. It'd be appreciated. But again, whether you make a contribution or not, we're going to be boots on the ground. We're going to continue to get this out there to America. Please keep our team, keep Daniel Gutierrez in your thoughts and prayers. because he's boots on the ground down here as well. And Dan, my highest respect to you because you know what? We don't get people going for Congress or people in Congress actually putting their lives in harm's way going into these hot zones. And you're right there on the front lines with me and my team, and you've always had my highest respect. And you know what? I'm honored to have you beside me in any firefight. So I know you got my back as well. But either way, you guys definitely keep us in your thoughts and prayers. We are not exactly in safe zones. These are not right now. Anything can happen when we're out in the field. So that's why we ask you guys to put us in your church prayer list. Just get it out there. But we will continue this mission. We're going to continue to get this broadcast out to America. You guys got to know what's happening. Keep your family, your loved ones safe. I'm not telling you guys to panic. I'm telling you guys be on alert. Constant alert right now. Watch your surroundings.
Yes.
So again, this is not something I ever expected to see in America, Julie. 20 years ago, I probably would have said you're smoking crack if I would have seen this happening.
Yeah. Well, and Jonathan's had a chance to go around the city here. We got Nancy Guthrie was kidnapped here. The crime here in Tucson is getting worse and worse because the leaders in this community, and I can't emphasize this enough, have failed the citizens of Pima County. They've failed the citizens of Pima County. So.
Sure looks like it. Yes, indeed. Wow. Well, the evidence, proof is in the pudding. It's wild time to be alive, and you guys are on the front line, and I'm sorry the front line is there. But man.
Well, you can't forget Texas. It's down in Texas as well. California, it's down in California. We got active military being deployed into California right now. We've got active military boots on the ground all over Arizona here right now on the borders. Same thing going on down in Texas. My understanding this morning, we've got boots on the ground now down out in New Mexico as well. We have got. We're not just talking your average Joe Blow. We're talking well-trained military personnel that's very much qualified for war on the ground. And boy, when I look at these soldiers out there right now, I'm looking at my kid.
Yeah.
No, I'm
sorry. How old was he? You asked him if he was 25. How old was he?
Yep, it was like
23 or so.
23.
Yeah, wow.
But these guys, keep our military guys in your thoughts and prayers as well. These guys are definitely in harm's way down on the borders. And they're not down there for a walk in the park. It's going to continue to progress. Things are going to continue to escalate. And again, you guys heard it from your News Arizona first. Just like we told you what was going to happen in Mexico not even 10 days ago. It's coming down. It's coming down the line that, we are going to be in a full escalation here on American soil as well. I see it coming, folks.
Very soon, yep.
If you guys want to call into the studio, you got any comments, anything, call in to 928-385-4738. I'll walk over here and grab my other phone real quick in case somebody calls, so you can chat with Julie for a second.
Well, so Daniel, we've got a fan of yours with Christine Ostrowski, it looks like. She just said she's a fan of yours.
Right.
And she also said, now come get the Muslims out of the damn country. Good point. And next up.
Okay, guys, I got my other phone right here. So you guys want to call in to 928-385-4738. You guys have any questions, comments? We'd love to hear from you. You think we're full of shit? We'd love to hear from you on that matter too. But you're not boots on the ground. So, so we had people kind of attacking us the other day on a broadcast, sitting there saying that we were full of shit about what happened in Mexico and crap and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you know what? You guys believe whatever you want to believe. We told you this was going down 10 days ago. You know, all this crap is going to be on at an uprise. And, you
Yep.
know, and we said, you heard it from your news, Arizona. This was going to happen. And by God, guess what? Look what's
Here
happening,
we are.
folks.
Yep.
But so you guys believe whatever you got to believe. Just know that we are out there to always broadcast the truth. I'm also a private investigator, so we don't just report the news. We investigate it. We go into the military. We go into our border patrol guys. We get to the bottom of what's going on our borders, and we're going to continue to get these kind of broadcasts out to America. And
Yep.
we're thankful that we have military personnel and Border Patrol that are talking to us. And we're not going to be mentioning names or anything else for you guys. We will never disclose that kind of information on our military personnel or our Border Patrol agents. And that's my promise to them that I made with them. So we will get the news broadcast about what's happening, but we're not going to tell you exactly who it came from or what their name was. And furthermore, we're doing that to help protect them as well because we don't want them being targeted. Um, so, with that being said, Julie, we just have so much we're doing over this entire week here. And then plus the Yuma sector coming up. I've got Senator Phil Hart is going to be boots on the ground with me down in Yuma. And Stephen Thomas, looks like Loaded Gun Coffee will be there with us. But again, folks, you guys have got to stay on high alert. And I can't express that enough. Keep an eye on your children. We lost Julie again. Yeah. I don't know why, Julie, they keep interfering with our live broadcast with you.
We're staying on high alert. That's what we're doing. We're staying on high alert. We're going to end with that. And thank you guys for showing up. But like and share this and get it out. If you've got anybody that you care about in the border area or any place called a sanctuary city or town, again, big head on the swivel. Take care of yourself and each other.
So, Dan, what all would you like to talk about here this morning, real quick, on the crisis here in the Tucson sector?
Well, I pretty much just talked about it. It's the fentanyl drugs that are coming in. They're killing 5 people a day here in Tucson. The crime's out of control. We've got stores closing, and this is all behind the drugs being pushed into our streets.
Right.
And people look down at the homeless, and that it's hard to judge people that you haven't walked in their shoes.
Exactly.
I've walked in their shoes, and I know how hard it is to walk away from that lifestyle.
Yeah.
So, my heart's with them. I fight for them, and it's really a shame that our government's more interested in the illegals that have come over in our country. And I call them illegals because they didn't come through a port of entry. They crossed the border, which is illegal.
Correct.
And our government's just more concerned about them. Put them up in motels, bed them, clothe them, and they let the homeless die. And just so you all know how much it's impacted my life, my sister was one of those, and I was fighting to get her off the streets and fighting our government to try and do something for our homeless. Now my sister's dead. So
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. And here's the other thing, folks. It's not even always the drugs and everything else for why these people became homeless. You look at the cost of living right now. You look at the cost of housing. That average place down here in Tucson, or just an apartment, Dan, what would you say that runs you probably?
Oh, it's a couple grand.
you got some for $600 a month.
Yeah.
But most of the issue happened in 2021. Okay, we were giving everybody $800 a week. Everybody was supposed to be using that money to pay their rent. Instead, they were using their money to buy drugs. I know this for a fact because I'm a painting contractor, and I was working on 3 different apartment complexes. We were upgrading them when these people got evicted. We went in and upgraded them. We cleaned up all the drug paraphernalia in the units. And so they all got evicted, even though we gave them the money to pay their rent.
Right.
And I don't know if any of you went on a vacation. You know how hard it is to go back to work when you get back from a 2-week vacation? It's really hard
Yeah.
because you don't want to do it. Well, imagine
Mhm.
being on a 1-year paid vacation.
Exactly.
You get evicted out of your apartment because you're hooked on drugs. You
Right.
have no drive to go back to work. This
Right.
is why Tucson's homeless crisis got out of control. And
Makes sense.
I'd be willing to bet that all across the country the same thing happened. I'm not there, and I'm a man that only speaks on what I know, but I
Right.
know that's what happened here in Tucson.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
good example. Take a look at all the people, all these employers, Julie, around the country. And I heard all the complaints all over. They could not get people to show up to work. Businesses
Oh,
were
yeah.
closing the doors because they had
Yep.
no employees. Because
Right.
everybody was getting a free handout, and then all of a sudden when that stopped, people were like, "Oh my God, how can you
Yep.
just in our freebie?" So, but at the
Yep.
same time, they weren't thinking about the businesses closing and the restaurants left and right were closing. Some grocery stores actually closed the doors. They just had
Right.
nobody to work.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah. Yeah, and I can speak on what he just said because it's true. I had employees that quit working so they can go get the checks.
Oh, I know. I know a lot of people that did that as well. Yep. Well, gentlemen, I got to run to another appointment. I appreciate you jumping on here and doing what you're doing. I know you've got to get going too. And
yeah,
you've got a couple of appointments as well, I think. So keep us posted. We're going to get this shared out and liked. And I really appreciate what you guys are doing. Keep
you
us
betcha.
updated.
And again, any of you guys want to make any kind of a contribution over to Your News Arizona, scan the QR code up in the upper left-hand corner. And I want to make sure we don't have any other comments. And you see any other comments, Julie?
Mm.
Let's see. Okay. 8572 Tucson, great show. Good morning, Christine. Good to see you on here today. Let's see. Christine Ostrowski, I'm a fan of Daniel Gutierrez. There you go, Dan. You got by
Yeah,
the way,
we already read that one.
we got Christine calling into the studio. Hold on a second.
All right. I got to run. You guys have a great day. Take
All right,
care.
you too, Julie. Oh, good morning.
Hey,
Good morning, Christine. How are you?
I am really good. I was watching the show and I wanted to chime in on the drug problem. I think since it was a trial run for the COVID when the Democrats were in power to see how many would be sheep and comply, how easy it would be to take them over. Well, we know they're going to cheat for the midterms. That we know. And so they want the other half of the country addicted to drugs. That's why they're getting so upset with Trump for stopping the drugs coming in, because they want like a 90% compliance rate.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think that's one of the big fears they have with me because I actually have a lot of followers on TikTok that are homeless, and they do know that my passion is to help them. I want to get them off the streets. I want to get them off the drugs, and our government wants to first put them in a house, and that just never it's never going to work. Housing first has always failed, and they just keep trying to do it over and over and over and over again. And I want to get them off the drugs, then let them get their own house because we got to give them back their self-esteem. Got to do it.
Yeah, but Democrats don't want that.
No, they want them to be dependent. And it's I never say Democrats. There are some. There's still some Kennedy Democrats out there. They're just not realizing their parties left them. So and I call us conservatives because there's still some Kennedy Democrats out there that aren't ready to join the Republican Party. They're not ready to leave their party. And hopefully we can, and that's why the independent party's growing so fast, because they're just not aligned with either party. So
Right. And for the voting, that a lot of blue states don't want you to have voter ID. And right now over in New York City, where they're having a blizzard, that Muslim mayor says you need 3 forms of ID to get a permit to go buy a snow shovel to go shovel all the feet of snow in the roads.
It cracks me up when they talk about, well, some people can't afford to get an ID. Let me tell you something. Everybody can get an ID. You got to have an ID to go use your food stamp card.
Exactly.
So, by the way, how's the snowstorm out there in New York, Christine?
We just got a little bit. We got about 7 inches. That's it.
Well, just a little bit for you guys, yeah.
Yeah, I just got off the phone with my mother, and I forgot to ask her how the snow went there because she's up in New York. She's up in by Buffalo.
Oh my gosh, I'm 40 minutes south of Buffalo.
My mom's 30 minutes south of Buffalo. She's in Perrysburg. By Gowanda.
Oh my gosh, I'm in the little tiny town of Cattaraugus.
Oh, okay, you're right there by my mom. My mom used to be, she was a judge in Perrysburg. She's Constance Johnson.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Small world, huh?
Yeah. And my mom was one of those Kennedy Democrats I was just talking about. My mother and father were lifelong Democrats. And I took my dad to the border. Jonathan was with us. We went to the border with my dad. And after that trip, my dad switched from Democrat to Republican because he really saw what was really happening down there. My dad, I'm Hispanic. My dad is he's the first Gutierrez. Our family was the Gutierrezes with a G. My grandmother was Ramona Calderon, and my dad was the first Gutierrez because they messed up on his birth certificate. So, and grandma believed it to be a holy name and a sign from God, and that's where the name Gutierrez comes from. But we're Hispanic, and my dad was a lifelong Democrat till Jonathan and I took him to the border with us. And he saw what was happening at the border, and then we're talking hundreds of people were coming across every day across the border. And my dad saw it. My dad spoke with them all because my dad speaks fluent Spanish, and he spoke with all of them coming across the border.
Yep, and Dad's dad makes an excellent translator for us when we're out in the field now. Oh, he does. He's amazing.
Yeah, and that was the day he switched. He said, "I'm all done with this party. Change me."
My entire family, other than my mom and my son, do not speak to me because how dare I be a conservative in a family of Democrats?
Well, my whole family were all Democrats at one time, the whole family, and they are slowly going over to the Republican side just because they're seeing what's going on. And here in Tucson, it's so bad. I mean, I don't even understand how people could even vote for the same party over and over. We have a one-party rule here, and the voting in Tucson is just wrong. We have citywide elections when we got, there's 5 wards in Tucson for the city council, and it should be the wards that vote for their representative. That's not what happens. When they go to the general election, the whole city votes. So we don't even have one representative for the Republican Party in city council because of the way the voting is here. So.
Oh my gosh. Everybody now is starting to bitch about Governor Kathy Hochul, and I told everybody, I said, stop complaining. I said, because the only thing you're going to do is look for another Democratic candidate, and in 6 months you're going to complain about that one, and then you're going to elect another Democrat thinking that one's going to be different. And I said, why are you all afraid to go red?
Well, a lot of people are afraid of change, and That's one of the things we have seen, Christine. Just like when they flee their cities, they flee their cities to move to a more red area, but then all of a sudden they want to bring their ways with them from the areas they're fleeing from. You know, they get so brainwashed and so accustomed to that kind of a lifestyle, but then they get fed up with it. But then all of a sudden they get to somewhere where it's a good area, but they're so accustomed to their old ways that they feel lost in those communities. So the next thing you know, they're trying to push the old ways back into the good areas.
Yes.
And I'm trying to explain it the best way I can, but this is what we've actually witnessed. You know, and same thing going on up in Kingman, Arizona a lot. We get a lot of people from Southern California moving in because it's a very patriotic area. And next thing you know, they're trying to bring their ways into our community, and they're wanting change or they're wanting, you know, and it what it does, it destroys the communities that are the good ones.
The sign you should put up in your community is, "We are a conservative community. If you're not, stay out."
Yeah. Well,
yeah, there was a lot of people that actually filmed themselves going back to vote for that Muslim mayor in New York City like 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and everybody was cheering them on as they were screaming, "They're going back in line again to vote." And now, just over the weekend, they had all of Times Square was filled with Muslims who were screaming, "Allah Akbar, we have taken New York City, now we need the rest of the United States."
Yeah. And this is the kind of corruption that we're seeing every day. I mean, it's just, and now I'm even seeing a lot of the Democrats sitting there complaining about the new mayor, the Muslim mayor out there. And it's like, why are you guys complaining? That's what you voted for.
Yeah, and he's a billionaire like 8 times over. You don't think he can pay people to get out there and shove these? There was 3 feet of snow on the roads, and the cop cars were getting stuck, and people were under red lights stuck, and the mayor's sitting in his mansion, and he's laughing.
Wow.
And he's telling people to take days off of work, go buy a snow shovel for free, but you need 3 forms of ID to get a permit to shovel, and not just the sidewalks. He wants you to do the city streets with shovels.
Right. Now, didn't that mayor just recently tell people it's either you're going to do this or we're going to raise your property taxes, we're doing this and this and this out there?
Yeah, he just told everybody, "Oh, sorry, I know I said this, but I lied. I got to raise your taxes 9.7%.
Oh, that's it?
And the thing
Wow.
is, though, the small little city near me, Olean, New York, they just elected another Democratic mayor, and this lady, you can even look it up under Olean, New York. She is proposing an 18.6% tax increase.
Boy, they're making sure people can't afford to live out there in New York County.
And this is in like the farm country area type cities.
Wow.
Yeah, but you want me to move out there, Jonathan, and you're not making a very good case for Arizona either.
Well, you'd be a lot safer out in Arizona than New York, though, I'll tell you. But here's the thing, Christine. We just have so much corruption everywhere around the country. It's not just New York, it's Arizona, California, Oregon, even Idaho has become so corrupt, even in Idaho, in areas.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And Idaho used to be one of the major strongholds of America, and it's slipping away. And I blame the people, and that's all I can say. I blame the people because we've allowed it. We allowed this to happen in our cities, kind of like Daniel Gutierrez. He had that special election, and
Yes.
we didn't even have 10% of the Republican Party down here in the Tucson section get out and vote.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Had almost 100,000 voted for me in November, and only 29,000 showed up in the special. Had even 80,000 shown up, I would be the representative of Arizona there right now.
Oh my gosh! Why don't people want to? Well, they can go out and protest ICE, but they can't go and vote.
You know, and I've been telling people that because most of my community is Hispanic, and I have a lot of supporters in the Hispanic community, and I keep telling them they're protesting the wrong people. ICE are just law enforcement. Okay, they don't write the laws. These people should be protesting Adelita Grijalva. She's a lawmaker. If they think the law's wrong, your representatives can change the law, not ICE. ICE can only enforce the law. They can only do what Congress tells them to do. And that's what people need to wake up.
Well, I guess we're in the wrong line of business, because if you Google it, you will find out that paid protesters get anywhere from $82,000 to $120,000 a year.
Yeah. Well, that's been going on for a long time. I mean, you get some people who are really good about pumping up a group of people. You pay that person, they go out and they pump up a group of people to get out and follow them. They get paid because they're really good leaders, and they're really good at leading the sheep.
Yeah.
So you got all these people following these people, and it's because they're not thinking for themselves. They're letting someone tell them how to think.
I would go and I would sign it up, grab a sign, grab my paycheck, and go to the nearest coffee shop and wait. That's what I would do. But see what I mean? It goes back to being sheep. You can't think for themselves. You have to follow someone.
Yeah. Well, look at
now these people are taking their children and newborn babies to ICE protest. And as the one woman said, well, I hope something does happen to one of my kids, because then we know for a fact ICE will have to disband.
This is Sandra says, wake up. Looks like Eileen Cosio brag about her majority call illegals. I'm not sure what that means, what she's talking about. You know what she's talking about there?
Wake up, Eileen.
You see it?
Let's see it. Bragging about her majority calling.
I'm not sure what she's referring to.
Ask her.
Sandra, you want to be a little more explicit on what you are meaning here? Where you said, wake up, Eileen Cosio bragged about her majority call illegals. We're not quite understanding your message. So if you can be a little more explicit, we'd appreciate it. So Christine, here, let's see,
There she goes.
In her personal
Lupita
in a white car, area.
Oh, area.
So, Sandra, you are always welcome to call into our studio as well. We tell everybody you're welcome to call in. Number's 928-385-4738. And we always love to hear from people and their thoughts and opinions. But again, Christine, a lot of the problem that we're facing around this country, is these protests. Like up in Kingman, Arizona, I'll give a good example real quick. We had a gal out there turn around. She's a little elderly old lady. She was paid to protest there. She was sitting there on the park grass eating a hamburger or whatever when I walked in. And I asked her, I said, what are you here protesting? She goes, I'm not really sure what I'm even here for. She goes, but I'm just here. And which one, Dan?
Well, exactly. Just like they had the kindergartners in California holding up anti-ICE signs.
Oh, here we go. Eileen told me she
told them to take over the gangs.
Yeah.
And it all started in 2015.
So it all started in 2015. Okay, I'm starting to understand what she's saying. All right. And she says Republicans are being targeted on purpose.
Oh yeah, they are.
That I 100% agree with you, Sandra. Americans are being targeted left and right. That's very well said.
They're trying to get their base upset because it's a good way to turn them out to vote. If people are upset and angry, they're more likely to go vote than if they're content. If they're content and everything's going good, they're not so interested in voting.
Well, good example, Dan. I mean, every time Donald Trump gets in office, everybody gets back in this relaxed mode, la la land, and it's like they forget to even get out and vote, or they're not concerned. But what people don't understand though is the fact that if we lose the House, we lose the Senate right now. I guarantee you, all hell is definitely going to be breaking loose again. You know, and again, if we don't get the right person in office after Donald Trump, I guarantee you the Democrats are going to undo this border wall. They're going to put the holes back in the wall again. We're going to have millions and millions of more illegals pouring through again. This can all be done overnight, just like it was when Joe Biden took office. Look out how fast they had Army Corps of Engineers down on our southern borders, cutting big holes in Donald Trump's wall so that these illegals could pour in by the tens of thousands. And that happened overnight, folks. So don't think this.
Yep, I remember that famous picture of the National Guardsmen and stuff lifting up the wires so everybody could come through.
Yep. So don't think this can't happen all over again. This is going to happen. If we allow the Democrats to take control again, this is going to be deja vu, Groundhog Day, all over again.
And I fear for everybody who isn't a Democrat, because many Democrats have said, you just wait till we get in on the midterms and we win, because we are going to come after every single Trump supporter. She goes, why do you think those encampments are in certain states where they are? She goes, they're the assessment camps.
Yeah. And this is just something that we're seeing more and more of. And, just more and more corruption going on here in America.
But don't they hear what they're spewing? I mean, they're telling us we're the party of hatred. We're the ones out there causing violence and stuff. We're not threatening to put anybody in any type of camp.
Well, we're not out burning cities. We're not out burning our American flag. We're not the party calling on violence on another party. That the list goes on. But yet we are somehow the most evil KKK people in the world. Supposed to be racist people. And here, my best friend Daniel Gutierrez, Hispanic. I guess I'm a racist, right, folks?
Oh, yes, absolutely. One of my good friends, the black guy, Rob Wright. I'm a KKK member.
So, let's see. Sandra says they broke into our home, create AV toilet, attack my prestige. Look closer to the family court, DOJ of Mexico. Yep. Sandra, I'd love to have you on our show. Why don't you give me a call, 928-385-4738. We'd love to bring you on air, have you on our show.
Here, Valerie, put the number in
And I'm going to put in the phone number for our show to you.
Okay, well, so she can call in. I'm going to hang up, Jonathan.
Well, no, we got a call waiting here, so 928. Or Dan, type in my number. 928. And then the 385-4738.
928 3 what?
385-4738. So there you go.
Okay, Sandra, we just sent you the number. Call us. Give us a call.
And but anyways, just Christina, like we keep talking about, there's so much corruption going on, so much garbage, and people got to understand how important it is to get out and vote. How important it is to for us as true Americans, true patriots, I'm going to call it, to be the party of peace. And I can't express that enough. Um, you know, because right now, folks, this is what the Democrats want. They want us to retaliate, so they can say, see, we told you exactly that's what these people are about. You know, and believe me, there's times, I'll say it, there's times I just like to go out and wring some necks. But at the same time, it doesn't do any of us any good to become that kind of a person because it puts us out of the fight. You know, we've got to stay in this fight, continue to get the truth out there to America, continue to fight for this country, and you know, we've got to pick our battles. And I'm just going to say it. You know, we got to pick our battles, and it's not a matter of being okay with what the Democrats are doing because we're not okay with it either. But there's a time and place for any kind of fight, and you know, right now our fight is for the future of America. Our fight is for the safety of this country, and definitely to make people alert what's going on our borders right now. And because right now this country is under attack, and with the amount of sleeper cells we have here in America, you know, it's gonna progress. I can't express that enough to you guys.
Why can't Trump just go through and just get all the Muslims out? Because obviously they're here to cause harm, which is against some laws, I'm sure. So
Because the problem you have, Christina, is we got too many sleeper cells all over America. It's virtually impossible for our president to know where every one of them are.
right, but I'm not just talking about sleeper cells. I'm talking about like clear out Michigan, completely take every Muslim out of Michigan, get them gone, and then work on other states.
Well,
And if you have a few sleeper cells left, so be it. But at least you won't have 400 million of them here in the country.
well, and I'm going to say this like I've said in the past. Who says this is not already in the works? So,
Well,
go ahead.
yeah. Well, I hate to. Just so you know, I hate labeling everyone in one group because there are good people in the Muslims. So just to say that we just got to get rid of all of them is not really what this country's about. But I understand what you're saying. There's a lot of them. I mean, there's a lot of them causing a lot of problems. But
Because 99% of them practice that taqiyya or whatever it's called, where they absolutely have to lie to gain the trust and sympathy of the infidels that they want to conquer.
Well,
And that is practiced by 99% of the Muslims.
right.
All I'm hearing every day from Florida Muslims, Texas Muslims, California Muslims, Michigan Muslims, New York Muslims is, you know, Islam will enter every single home in America. No more alcohol, no going out with the girls, no
Hey,
this,
son.
no that. And I'm like, if you people are sitting there saying Trump's taking away your rights as women,
Right.
you
Well,
got another thing coming.
yeah, well, I agree. You know, if you read up on what their Quran teaches them, you know.
My doctor that just performed my cancer hysterectomy on Friday was Muslim, and when I told her I was in extreme pain, she came in and said, "I'm a good doctor. I did all your pain away. You don't need anything." Well, then I got a huge infection on Saturday because she wouldn't prescribe me anything.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I found out from my nurses who were in the OR that almost half the staff at the hospital can't stand my doctor.
Yeah. And did they say whether they got all the cancer or not, Christine?
I have to go back in 2 weeks for a checkup. I don't know, but since I have the infection and I have a bunch of stuff going on in my body right now, I have to go back and see her on Friday. They wanted me to go in on Monday, and I said I have absolutely no way to get there. And the secretary was actually yelling at me in whatever Arabic language she was speaking, and saying that I was stupid and I needed to get a ride. And I said, "Are you coming to pick me up? Because I have nobody." And she goes, "I don't believe that you don't have anybody." And I said, "I don't care what you believe or not."
Yeah.
I said, and if I need Medicaid travel, I need to give them 3 days notice.
Right.
So you can say you know a Muslim personally and they are picture perfect great. But just like Mamdani in New York City with his smile and charm, oh, Muslims aren't here to take you over. We are your friends. We love gay people. We love Jewish people. And now he denies he will not support the Jewish people. It's all takia. They have to lie to your face. Right. Or they're not following the Quran.
Well, you are definitely on our prayer list, and we're in our thoughts and prayers out here. So let's see, Dave. I'm trying to read Sanders' report here. DOJ in Mexico. Okay, they broke into our home crate, our toilet, attacked my prestige Viata. Look closer to the Family V Court DOJ of Mexico. So it sounds like she is actually over in Mexico. Let me see. So, Sandra, I take it you are actually over in Mexico. Is that correct? Hold on, Christine. I'm just trying to see where the Sanders out of.
Well, I honestly do have to go because her baby Jack does have to go outside, and like I said, I have no help here, so it's all on me.
Well, I do appreciate you calling into our show this morning.
Yes, absolutely.
And then here I'm just looking to see where she's out of. Okay, Sandra is. Oh man, looks like we just lost Christine. $2 of old times. Okay. Good. So Dan, I think Sandra might be over in Mexico. Can you double look on that?
Are you still on?
Yeah, we are live. So, all right, folks. So we are going to be live again down on the borders. And we're also going to be showing you guys some of the crisis going on over here in the Tucson area. Dan and I are going to go out to some certain areas. We're not going to tell you exactly where we're at until we're there, partly for safety reasons. But other than that, we're going to continue to get this out there to you guys. Please continue to share our broadcast, get it out there. Were you able to see where Sanders out of?
No, but we can message her.
Okay. But anyways, Sandra, we're going to reach out to you after this broadcast. You've got our interest in what some of the stuff you're saying here, so we'll reach out to you through message. And then, other than that, guys, we'll be live again down on the border as well, and we'll continue to get this out there to America. And just it takes all of you guys to help like, follow, share, and get our broadcast out for us as well. And the more you guys share it, the more it gets out there. All you guys out there on Q Broadcast Channel 24 watching us live today, appreciate your guys' support as well. If you guys haven't been on Q Broadcast yet, check out Q Broadcast. Your News Arizona's on there, Channel 24. I put the QR code up in the left-hand corner there for Q Broadcast. For unlimited television, HBO, Showtime, Cinemax, Stars, Encore, all your local networks, all your pay-per-view sports channels. You're allowed 5 TVs, folks, for one low price of $69.99 a month. So you can share it with your family members around the country. You guys can even also go in, share it 5 ways. $12 a piece. That's a cheap way to have unlimited television. So check out Q Broadcast, and they don't lock you into some stupid month, yearly contract. These guys don't do a contract. It's month to month. So if you don't like it, you can up and cancel anytime without any penalties. Sorry about that. And anything else you want to add today, Dan?
No, but I got companies to run.
So, all right, folks, we'll be live again later this afternoon. So God bless you guys, and stay tuned for more broadcasts from the borders. God bless.